So, Julie, you are in your car,
I'm driving.
and your name says Julie Indiana.
I think
Um,
I think that was from my first musical improv class with you virtually. I think we were doing pronouns during that one. I'm pretty sure.
sure, of course, and the Indiana part is also at the moment a an aspect of it that might be worth unpacking.
How
Um,
apropos, because that's where I'm headed right now. I mean, I'm in Indiana. I think I've already crossed the border. That happened.
and what brings you to Indiana?
I have a really, really good friend of mine who's like a papa bear to me, who is shifting away from his cancer treatment and into a hospice situation. So I'm heading home, one of my homes, to be with him and his family during this time.
And you said this person is like a papa to you.
Yeah.
Um, is that in literally a familial sense? Is it in a professional sense? Family, friend? What? How did you?
Family. He's one of my. So I had an ex-boyfriend that I moved to Michigan, Indiana area for, probably about 4.5, 5 years ago, and so his family became my family. And just because the guy and I aren't dating anymore, he's like a brother to me now, and the family is still my family. Just you break up with the guy, you don't break up with the family. At least that's how I roll.
I like that. Uh, this what is this person's name? The
Dave,
Dave.
dad, Dave, yeah, my my dad of choice. I mean, I love
Yes.
my dad too.
Right.
My Arizona dad, my legit dad. But Dave's my Indiana dad.
Yes. Um, do you feel is there a benefit to having multiple fathers in terms of like the way you look at males in your life generally, males that you look up to? Is there a benefit to having?
Oh, I would say so. I've been a tomboy or a daddy's girl most of my life. It's always been easier for me to talk to men and guys over women. I think it wasn't until I got into my 30s, because women can be super catty, right? Like, but men, it's just like so easy to fall into that kind of like athletic. I'm a martial artist, and I ran track and stuff, so I was very physical. So it's just being one of the guys. I wore like cut off jeans and Doc Martens in the 90s. Like I was such a tomboy. How about you,
And
Dave? Is your dad around?
my dad is around. It's actually interesting to be doing a little improv and have his name come up at the moment. Every every week, my folks, my dad and my stepmother and their circle of friends, and occasionally their kids as well, will hop onto a family Zoom. Um,
Aw.
it's very nice to see these folks, virtually. And last night, as the Zoom was ending, I had to move in here into my studio because I had a commitment. So I went from sort of my usual spot, Zooming with them on my breakfast bar, to the last 10 minutes of it. I was right here just in my studio. And uh, there ended up being a time when I was sort of noodling around on the piano. One of my father's friends plays harmonica, and so we were doing a little bit of a jam. And then for about 20 or 30 seconds, my dad ended up doing an improvised song while I was playing the piano, and it was low key kind of a really just cool moment. Because of course, over the years, my dad and I talk on the phone a lot, and over the years, we've talk to each other about our work and things like that. And so he knows, what I do basically. But this was like just a moment where he was actually doing some singing. And I don't, he's not necessarily a person who sings a ton generally. He's not like, he doesn't go out and sing at open mics, or I don't think was in many bands growing up or anything. But so outside of him singing Happy Birthday, I don't have much of an association with his singing voice. But for a good 20 or 30 seconds last night, he was literally doing music improv with his group of friends and me on Zoom. And it sort of slid under the radar, and I didn't think much about it. But now in this moment, it seems sort of a little bit relevant, a little bit powerful even. It looks like you have dropped off the screen. So I guess I don't know if you're watching from your car still. Well, if you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube through Next Level Improv or through my page, this is just a half hour or an hour every week or so that Julie Cotton and I get together and just kind of catch up on each other's weeks and talk about our various endeavors with respect to improv and entrepreneurship and mindfulness. And perhaps Julie is back with us. As always, I'm open to people commenting anything in the chat. This is not necessarily really a show in a strict sense of the word. It's not necessarily really a performance in any sort of large, maybe in a broad definition of the term, just performance sort of thing. But we're just chatting, and if you want to join in the conversation, you can leave a comment, as well as occasionally Julie and I will put a link in the comments where folks can jump in and join us in the studio. Let's see. I might try and take a moment to do that. Julie is in her car, and so it might be hard to find a signal on the highway in Indiana. We have a comment here from Ben Brody. Where do you get your haircut? Thank you, Ben, for that comment. I appreciate that. Yes, Ben Brody. I get my haircut. I'm in Chicago, and I get my haircut at a place called Floyd's 99 Barbershop, which the theme of it is sort of like a rock and roll type of environment. It's They do shaves as well. It's sort of like an old school barbershop, but if it were reimagined as sort of like a rock and roll dive bar. There's posters all over the wall of rock bands, anything from Pink Floyd to Guns N' Roses to Britney Spears. It's all sorts of stuff. And I've been going there probably for about 3 years now. I'm not exactly sure, Ben, what your. I know we're Facebook friends, and for a while I was rocking very long hair and a long beard, and at some point I just I also would be wearing black glasses, and so I did kind of I changed my look a bit. I was looking for a place to get my my hair done, and so I picked this place out because it's just a couple blocks away from where I live. So thank you for that conversation starter, Ben. And I'm interested from anyone or Ben or anyone else who might be watching. Where's a place that you might associate with potentially some sort of alteration to either your appearance on the outside or an appearance on your inside? Someplace maybe you went on a vacation, a transformative experience in your life, either to your physical appearance, outwardly or inwardly. Someplace that you have been where you experienced a transformation of some sort, and it doesn't have to be simply that you shaved your beard off and shortened your hair. It really could be anything. Otherwise, I'm just going to just keep noodling around on the keys here and see if Julie is able to return to the conversation. We have another comment here from Ben Brody. Porta potty. Ben, if only we could share a link so you could hop in the studio and explain what transformation happened to you in a porta potty. I think I would just have to use my imagination, I think. First thing that comes to mind for me might be somebody at a festival, a music festival, and perhaps having some sort of experience in a porta potty, potentially involving ecstasy or acid or mushrooms or something. I could just imagine someone slipping off away from one of the venues to do a line of something, maybe in a porta potty, and maybe realizing something, having some sort of life realization as you're in there in the porta potty. For myself, it could range from anything. It could be a sort of a realization that drugs are awesome, and I'm so glad to be at this. I'm so glad to be at this music festival, tripping, and this porta potty is a perfectly awesome and romantic place to be experiencing this and having a transformation. Julie, hello.
We did. I was in between, didn't have any cell towers.
Well, you missed all the good stuff.
I
Big
heard
Brody
something
and I
about a romantic latrine or something. You're like in an outhouse.
Yes.
And that sounds like an amazing first date or something. I mean, tell me more.
It's been truly romantic. The idea is that I was wondering from anyone watching if they had any sort of transformative experiences and where they might have been. And porta potty was thrown out. Um,
Ah,
and how about for you, Julie? Is there some place where you can associate with a place where you had a transformative experience, whether it's inward or outward sort of transformation, a location where you might have experienced that?
yes. So I did actually transformational personal development trainings in South Florida, and I can remember a couple of different locations. One was in like a convention center in West Palm Beach off of Okeechobee Boulevard, Okeechobee. And then another one was in a really divey Ramada Inn, I think, in Fort Lauderdale. And it was cool because I later, we hosted like future teams that went through, leadership teams that came through this development program, this transformational development. And I remember like it was very private. It's like a very private event. So we were blacking out the windows. And I remember one of them being very high up. And so I loved to, when I was in college, I used to do lighting and scenic design and construction and stuff. And so I would climb these A-frame ladders, and I would be up on the electrics and walking around on genies. And I just loved to be up high like a monkey. And so it was super fun to be up there in this room that had held so much like transformation for me. Moments in that room, and to be creating like a safe and sacred space for other people of me got to be utilized for the betterment of myself and others. So yeah,
That is lovely. I hope everyone listening got a chance to hear that. I know it sort of broke up a little bit on my end. Um, but I think I got a lot of the gist of it. Let's change gears. I'm curious to see here if we can do a little improv with you on the road there. I don't want to distract you while you're driving. I would hate for you to get distracted. What is your mindset while you're driving and improvising? Can you pull that off?
yes, absolutely. So actually,
Okay.
driving is a form of hypnosis. It's a hypnotic state. So you're actually more alert and focused when you're driving to multitask, because the unconscious part of the mind is handling the driving, and so it frees up your conscious mind to do other things.
Awesome. Well, let's put that conscious mind to the test with some improv.
Yes, let's.
And I like actually that notion of letting your unconscious mind take the wheel in some instances. I feel like for me with improv and music, that music can sometimes be kind of like that unconscious participant.
Yes.
So I'm interested to see if you would be open, Julie, if I gave you maybe a character, or maybe even just an opening letter, if you could just
Yep.
kind of, with the road and with the music, just kind of riff out a character statement or story or monologue. Okay,
Absolutely.
great. Okay, so I'm gonna play a riff, and I'm gonna give a letter, and that's just your first letter of this monologue's first line. Okay, so here we go.
Okay.
L.
Lost. So lost in the foldings of my mind. It's overwhelming, and like a kaleidoscope of memories and thoughts, taking me under like a wave, caught in the riptide. Part of me knows I need to swim with the current, but I just feel so disoriented. Like I can't find which way is up. Maybe the depths of the sea are drawing me into the bosom of the fathoms of the deep. Blueness, stillness of the ocean.
What can I get for you?
Well, I was looking at the cappuccino machine that it's a real nice one. I feel like I should maybe try some of that.
Yeah, that's a machine. So if you want to use the cappuccino machine, that's just put some money or swipe your card. I do the sandwiches here. So uh, if you don't want a sandwich, then I guess our
Oh,
interaction.
oh no, I like to interact with you. What kind of sandwich is your favorite?
Oh, well, my favorite is just plain cheese, no spread, no lettuce, no meat, just cheese. One slice of American cheese on white bread. That's what I like, but I'm a simple person.
Oh, it's nice to be simple. It's like yeah, it's nice.
Um,
I feel like it's
but
so easy to. You go ahead.
it's funny, I know we're just in line here in the same location, but there is a delay in our speech getting to each other, so I want to allow for that.
Oh, I lay oftentimes with people. Like maybe I just want a way to react.
I'm gonna wait for you to place your order in this line. I'm gonna wait as long as it takes for you to pick a bread and cheese. I'm gonna wait as long as it takes.
I'll wait with you. I'll wait with you. I just like your company. So I'll wait with you.
Mom, thanks for coming with me to the
So
bus
I
stop.
just, of course, sweetheart, I wouldn't have you go off to summer camp by yourself without a good send off.
Yeah, thanks, Mom. Um, I'm gonna miss you a lot, and this goodbye really means a lot.
Well, it's the last time you're going to be at Camp Chippewa. You're going to be a senior next year, and this is your last chance to see all these kids that matter to you.
I I think I've been giving it some thought, and I don't want to go to college next year. I want to stay at home and live with you and Ed.
Samuel, not go to college?
Not right now. Not right now. Maybe at some point, just not right now.
Well, I mean, what are you going to do at home? We were
Just
looking forward to being empty nesters, in all honesty, Samuel.
well, I figured I could kind of just chill and just kind of put one foot in front of the other and maybe find some good Netflix shows or maybe put in some frozen pizzas and take kind of a gap year or 2 or 3.
Oh, I see. Well, that sounds like something we can discuss when you get back from Camp Chippewa. Have a safe journey, my son.
I was thinking, actually, maybe I don't even really want to go to camp. Maybe I just want to stay home and eat turkey patties and just hang out with you and Ed. I think Ed's got a really good handle on the new FIFA for PlayStation, and I just feel like he and I could really put in some good hours on our football teams.
Well, I do love that you boys have connected in that way. I guess selfishly, Samuel, I was looking forward to time with Ed. Just us grown-ups.
Unfortunately, some force disturbed us on the bus stop here, and I missed that last thing. But I know you're looking forward for time, grown-up time with you and Ed, and I respect that. I just know how much I'll miss the two of you, and I think that the college experience is overrated, and I think I could actually learn more from being at home and observing life on the internet and on social media. I think I could learn more that way than just things I could learn from some stuffy professor at some overpriced institution.
I think you're right, Samuel. I think colleges are outdated.
So, Julie, when you were, where did you go to school? What was your college experience like? Did you have a traditional 4-year experience in college?
Somewhat. I went to a private Baptist university. It was about a mile from my high school and a different square mile from my house. So it was pretty non-typical. I would say my college was as large as my high school, and I went to school from age 17 to 20, and then I graduated before I was even 21. So there were no sororities or fraternities on my college campus. It was just a private Christian school.
And were you? Well, I went to school in Evanston, up in Chicago at Northwestern, and
Oh,
it
that's right.
was.
Yes.
Um, but if I know we kind of got cross wires for a second there, audio, but at that time when you were getting at a Baptist institution, were you did you consider yourself religious or Baptist?
I wasn't Baptist, but I was Christian, very, very at the time. Yes, I was actually a Foursquare Gospel. I went to a Foursquare Gospel church, and so it was very like Pentecostal, charismatic, like speaking in tongues. I went to Bible camp, like yeah, the whole night.
Wow. Um,
It was super fun. It was super fun. I learned a lot. I mean, I didn't know that "Thou shalt not dance" was the 11th commandment, but I learned that in school. That was useful.
do you remember a first time? I feel like there could. Is there a story there in terms of a moment when you maybe wanted? Because I know you're such a mover. Movement is such a big part of how you express yourself in life and in the work that you do. Was there a moment when that friction cropped up of you being someone who maybe naturally appreciates movement and the physical realm of the way the body shapes itself and moves itself, and that sense that the Baptist upbringing and forbade dancing in some way? Was there a moment when that came to a bit of a head?
Well, what was great, I don't think the Baptists are unique in this, but because I was in theater, I was in theater and music. I was a vocal performance minor. So I did a lot of the musicals and the operas in my theater department. And so we got around the dance thing by calling it stage movement.
Uh,
So we found a way to justify how we dance. We actually West Coast Lindy, West Coast competitions like swing dance. It was great. It was phenomenal. So yeah, that was the year I graduated in '99, and I remember after I graduated, I was dating a fellow who was also a swing dancer and an actor. And we went to Disneyland and went to their swing like bandstand to dance in the new year, to dance in 1999 or bring in the new millennia. So we were totally, I mean, we were doing stage movement. I mean,
right. That's a great loophole.
this world's a stage, right?
Yeah.
If you Shakespeare.
Yes, indeed. Um, well, I want to see if we can take it out here, just because I I'm picking up some like 80% of the words, and I know, and I don't want to misunderstand any of your stuff. Um, let's. How would you feel about doing another? I love the energy you put forth in that monologue, and I also felt like, despite the delay, I feel like the song that you did uh, really resonated as well. Are you open to doing a monologue into song? Um, and again, with the beginning of sort of an organic.
Sure.
Great. Okay. All right. L.
It's so important that our youth. L? Look! What we have here is an opportunity to really cultivate the hearts, and more importantly, the minds of our young people. Our people discipline in their minds, but we can give that to them through this seemingly rudimentary experience of university. Ship. Life will be so much the better once these young people have disciplined their minds.
But I don't want to go to school. I don't believe in higher education. I think it's a scam designed to line the pockets of these institutions. And I don't learn anything of how to think for myself. Won't get a dime from me.
It's so harsh, the world about us. It's hard without the strict, firm principles of institutionalized learning. It's so hard for these young people to conform to the world we say.
And so I was there in that porta potty, trying to decide if I was going to leave this concert and resume my education at university. But it was there in that porta potty, 30 minutes into my Mali trip, that I decided I was going to go back and watch the rest of that Justin Bieber set and return to school no more.
Wow, romantic story. I'm really glad you never went back.
Yeah, I would have never met you. And now here we are, frozen in this moment in time. Julia, can you hear me? Like that, she was gone. Disappeared right out of that car in Indiana, hopefully very safely. Driving off into the night. off to see her papa. Make a transition to the other side. Make final moments peaceful. Julie riding off to help her papa transition to the other side. In that car in Indiana. So long, Julie.
Indiana.
Julie, thank you. I'm so glad we were able to talk. I know it's so incredible to get any sort of reception, probably in that area, let alone when you're moving at 65 miles an hour. Thank you. I'm glad we kept our weekly meeting to do this, to do these music and mindfulness combos. And yeah, just great fun. Drive safe. All the best with you and
It's
your
super
mom.
fun.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to be here. I love